Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Samshow electric lunchbox food warmer. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So it says electric lunchbox, picnic, car, family, school. It says solid and durable, easy cleaning, food grade, seamless connection, has 60 watts power. On the side here it says using high temperature resistant environmental materials, stylish and fashionable appearance without odor, healthy. The steam device is designed as a round cover, keeping the food fresh. The use of PTC heating elements is safer, more convenient, and energy saving. The design of recycle heating and low power keeps the food warm and fresh. Dual function for heating and warm keeping. Read the manual before using. Refer to the sample appearance from the package. On the other side it has some directions. It says add a little water, placing food, plug in heating, better heating in 30 minutes in advance. And here we have the specs. 60 watt. The voltage is 12, 24, 110, or 220. Frequency is 50 or 60 hertz. Capacity is 1.5 liters. And the carton dimension is 170 by 108 by 240 millimeters. Let me get this opened up. We have instructions right on the top. It says put the fruit box on the side of the lunch box. Align the protrusion of the lid with the groove of the fruit box. First secure 2 small lids with 2 clasps. Then secure 2 big lids with 2 clasps. Complete. Pull this out. There's the lunch box. Inside we have more instructions. These are the different parts. Here are the instructions for heating food and heating soup. So this says to put cooked food in it. If the food is hot, it's needless to say going to heat up faster than if it's in a fridge. If it's in a fridge, it takes longer to heat back up. This says open the exhaust cover before heating. So this is so steam doesn't escape and burn your fingers. It says add some water to the food if it's been sitting for a long time. And this mentions rice, but that could apply to other foods. This talks about cleaning and maintenance here. And this talks about safety precautions. So you can read through those if you want. And here's some troubleshooting. So let's take a look at this. So I'll clip up the clips on the 4 sides and pull this off. So this has a rubber gasket on it. And this would be the steam vent here. Okay, so you press down on that to vent it. Then on the top here, we have a silverware tray. And it comes with a spoon and a fork. And these are stainless steel, yes. And this is some smaller silverware, so it fits in here easily, like so. You could probably also put some little like salt and pepper packets in there if you wanted. Pull that off. So inside here we have the pouch. So this has a sort of foil insulation in it to help retain heat. There's a little bit of padding in there too. So that would fit like that, and I'll put that in there in a little bit. Here we have the little salad container. That doesn't feel exactly airtight, which might be fine. You just don't want to expect it to be airtight, depending on what you put in there. And it has 2 cords. So this is the 12 volt cord or 24 volt cord, and we have the 120 volt cord. So you can power this with a regular outlet in the house, or you can plug it into your vehicle. So if you have a long commute and you want to keep this warm in the car, you can plug this in, or say you work from your truck, you can plug this in to warm it up. Now, on most vehicles, if you keep this plugged in and the car's not running, it will not keep it warm. But there are situations where you might have 12 volt that is powered all the time. Now, it could run your battery down, but hopefully you would know that if you have a setup like that. So here's this cord. So the 12 volt cord is around 30 inches, and the 120 volt cord is also 30 inches. So the tray in here is made of stainless steel. Pull that out. Okay, so you can take this out and wash it. Then the rest of this looks like it's made of plastic. Here's where we plug into it. I want to see how this works now. The connector, depending on which one you use, fits in here a certain way. Okay, so the 12 volt fits over here to the right. The 120 volt fits on the left side. So I'll plug that one in, like so. I'll plug this into power. Okay, this is drawing power right now. It's starting to warm up. So this will go in here next, like so. And then you can put your water and your food in here to keep it warm. So I do want to look at this here. So this is a power meter, and it currently says 40 watts. When I plugged this in, this was running around 90 watts, but it quickly dropped down to 60. And the way this heating element works is it gets hotter, it's going to limit the current, and that's how it sets the temperature. So it was running at 60 here a minute ago, now it's at 40, and as this gets warmer, it's going to use less electricity. So I'm going to turn that off for now. I'm going to let this cool down, and then I'm going to put some water in here and let it heat up and see how long it takes to heat up. Okay, so I have these sensors in here. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'll wait, and then when this gets up to temperature, we'll take a look at the results. So I may put this lid on partly. I can't seal this obviously with the wire sticking out. Okay, so this has been heating up for around 2.5 hours. So I'll pull the top off. There's condensation on top of the lid, and here we have the sensors in there. This one's starting to come out. So this water is currently at around 150, say 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I put a quart of water in here. And now I'll switch over to a graph. You'll see on this graph, we started down here at around 15 degrees Celsius or around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're up here at the top around 67 degrees Celsius or 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's reached this temperature in about 2.5 hours. And you can see it was pretty linear early on, then it started curving and tapering off as it got up towards the temperature. And that's what you would expect. So it might seem like it takes 2.5 hours for this to get up to full temperature, but I don't think that's going to be the case. This was a quart of water, and there's a lot of thermomass there. If you put something in here like rice or pasta, it's going to take a lot less energy to heat it up. So you might put a little bit of water in the bottom to kind of help humidify and spread the heat, but otherwise it'll heat up a lot faster. So this is really kind of a worst case scenario. I also did not have the lid on, and that would seal in some of the heat too. So I'll put that on. So when you have the lid on, you want to press this button before you open it to let any of the moisture escape. So the steam comes out of here as opposed to out of the sides. And then you can lift that off. And you do want to be careful of drips. So if I move this aside and feel my tabletop, it's a little bit warm. It's not really even any warmer than if the sun were shining in on it. So not a lot of heat comes through here. So you don't have to worry about this burning your table surface. Then of course it has this handle on it so you can carry it. So if you're using this in an office, you could put your meal in here when you leave in the morning, go to your desk, plug this in and let this heat up at your desk. And then by lunchtime, it should be ready to go. If you have a work truck, you can plug this in, let it heat up. And then by the time it's lunchtime, it will also be hot. Now that will vary if you're turning the truck on and off, obviously. So if you're used to going out for lunch and you use something like this to help you start taking lunch, this thing can pay for itself in no time because it's so expensive to eat out. When I worked in an office, I used to take my lunch every single day. I would cook it in the microwave at work, but this would have been a lot more convenient if I could have just had it at my desk. There are many times I'd go into the kitchen and I have to wait for the microwave because someone else was using it. So this is currently drawing 47 watts of energy, so it has dropped down a little bit. The heating element that's built into this is self-limiting, so as it cools down, it'll use a little bit more electricity. As it heats up, it'll tone back the electricity. So let me go ahead and unplug this now. And then we can take this, place it in the insulated bag, and here we have a insulated bag to carry it in. So aside from putting your lunch in here, this seems like it would be good for like hot dips and things if you're going to a dinner party like a potluck or something. Like if you had some cheese dip or something, you could put it in here and keep it hot. You could heat it up at home, stick it in this on the way. When you get there, you can plug this in to keep it hot, and then you can have it hot the whole time. So you're not having to cool it down and heat it back up many times. So once you're done using this, you can let it cool down. We'll pull this off. Now, if you're using this at work and this is dirty, you can just seal this in place. So if you throw this in the back seat on your ride home from work, when you get home, you can open it up. So then you could pull this out, you could hand wash this, or you could put this in the dishwasher because it is stainless steel. I'm getting ready to pour this out. I want to show it is leak proof. So I'll turn it on its side. Now, this vent might leak. Okay. So it will leak out of the vent, but if it's sitting on a car seat or something sideways, it's not leaking. You know, if it goes up that far, it could leak, but that's probably not a good position anyway. And I want to show it did have water in it. So that's the Samshow electric lunchbox food warmer. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.